What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a little bit of a chat about some One Piece TCG news, which on the one hand is big and exciting and important and yay, and on the other hand is actually kind of annoying. So yeah, let's start off with this image. Because what you can clearly see on this image, very excitingly, are 3 new leader cards, which is awesome. We've got a new Luffy, we've got a new Sabo, and we've got ourselves a new Ace. And you should look at these and go, hang on a second, Wassy, I know where these are from. These are from that new lovely starter deck 13 that we do finally have a decent look at the box of. Shout out to Amazon Japan for that one. And this is looking very cool. We got a bunch of new leaders, and this is looking lovely. What's the problem, Wassy? Well, the problem is we don't know what the text says, which is actually really annoying. But it doesn't mean it tells us nothing. And obviously, when we see these leaders and we can see the text and we know what they do, we can come back and I'll give you like a proper rundown, all right? But this doesn't tell us nothing. Now, 2 things that we should note first of all. They've all got 5,000 power, and they've all got 4 life. Which, I know what you're thinking, right? You're going, Wassy, come on, mate. We've been through this. You've told us this before. That is absolutely standard for dual color leaders. And you know what? I have, and you're right. But let's take a look back at Starter Deck 10, shall we? Because when we finally got to look at Starter Deck 10, even before seeing the skills, we can look at this and go, hang on a second, something's going on here. Because Starter Deck 10, we saw that, yes, actually, Law was standard at 5,000 power and 4 life. But the Luffy was 6,000 power, 3 life. And the Eustace Captain Kid was 5,000 power, 5 life. So actually, yeah, the fact that 5,000 power 4 life is actually kind of important. As a side note, hopefully you all got to see the stream from Liverpool Regionals I casted at the weekend for One Piece. And yeah, we saw the final was actually Luffy against Law from Starter Deck 10. Sorry, kid, you didn't make the cut. But Luffy and Law absolutely did, and that was awesome. By the way, I literally mean didn't make the cut. There were, I think, 2 Luffy, 5 Law in the top 16. Before they started knocking all each other out. I could be wrong about that, but it was somewhere along those lines. It was a lot of them anyway. So yeah, the fact actually that they are coming in here with the standard amount of life and power is actually kind of a big deal. And it means that they're going a different route to what we would usually see, which is kind of awesome. But they're also not the same colours. And this is one of the big differences we see between this and Starter Deck 10. In Starter Deck 10, they very clearly made an effort to make 3 red-purple leaders. And we went, alright then, cool. That makes perfect sense. You've gone red and purple, and then of course you can put red cards in the deck and purple cards in the deck, and it all works out quite nicely because no matter which of the 3 leaders you choose, you can use all of the cards that appear in the deck. That actually makes sense. Conscious decision. That is not the case here. Luffy, we've got yellow and black. Ace, we've got yellow and blue. And Sabo, we've got yellow and red. And this again tells us a bunch of things. Firstly, tells us the cards in the deck have to be yellow. Because we've already seen the breakdown. Like the breakdown of this deck is on the Japanese website. We've already seen it. We know what the deal is. So we know what we've got in terms of each card and each rarity, and we know that there are 51 cards in the deck, i.e. you get a 50-card deck with a leader and then 2 replacement cards, so, 2 replacement leaders. Now, I suppose what they might do here is, for instance, go, it's a Luffy deck, so the cards are yellow and black. Oh yeah, but there's a Sabo and an Ace you can play here as well, but not with a starter deck. But obviously they're not going to do that. That would be weird. If they're giving you a starter deck with 3 leaders, then clearly it's designed to be played out of the box with the 3 leaders. Alright? So all the cards in the deck other than the leaders have to be yellow, because that's the only way you can play them with all 3 of the leaders. There we go. if you want, I really could look at the blurry thing, and I could tell you that Ace has got a Don X something skill, and Luffy's got a Don X something skill, and Saba's got a Don X something skill, and Luffy's got like a static skill, and Ace has got a couple of skills, and Sabo's only got the one. But it doesn't matter, all right? We're not going to try predicting what the skills are. That's silly. But even without knowing the skills, I mean, for instance, I've told you that the leader I'm looking forward to from OP05 is Bello Betty. I've been very clear about this. Well, we know that Bello Betty is a very nice leader that is a dual colour, yellow and red revolutionary. So Sabo. Oh, actually, while we're here, before I forget, we do actually know the types of the cards. So Luffy is Supernova and Straw Hat Pirates, Ace is Whitebeard Pirates, and Sabo is Dressrosa and Revolutionary Army. Nothing revolutionary here, but I thought you should know. So obviously Sabo is going to be going head to head with Bello Betty. Like, it's basically the same character, although it is Dressrosa, not just Revolutionary Army, so you do have that. But Revolutionary Army decks that are built around Bello Betty, Sabo will be able to just jump in if it's better. But I actually really like Bello Betty because you get to boost 2 of your Trigger or Revolutionary Army characters by 3k each turn. So it's going to take a lot to make me like this over Bello Betty. I'm just pointing that out there. Incidentally, this is the only red-yellow leader we've had. So Sabo, we're just straight up going head-to-head with Bello Betty there. There is absolutely no nuance. It is literally just that. Sorry about that. In terms of blue and yellow, obviously we've already had Queen, who is a very good leader, who has seen a bunch of play and a bunch of success. It's very much a real deck. So this is kind of an interesting one to put side by side. I've never been a fan of Queen, but other people have been winning with it. So, I mean, look, yeah. That's the best I can tell you. Other people have been winning with it, so maybe it's better than I've been giving it credit for. I don't know. I'm doing my best here. And in terms of black and yellow, obviously we've had Charlotte Linlin, which actually has not proven to be a particularly good or successful leader. It's not one that's really seen very much play at all. So maybe that's an answer here. Maybe Charlotte Linlin can be replaced by this and all of a sudden we're all playing black and yellow and everyone's happy. I don't know. Maybe. Could be a thing. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So like I've said, although we can't say everything I sincerely wish we could, we can say a bunch. We know what their typings are. We know what the power is and the fact that it's different starter deck 10 and the life and all of that, which is really important. And we can, look at other leaders with the same kind of stuff and see where we're going. For me, I am fascinated to see what the Sabo is and how that compares to Bello Betty. But some of you are going to be looking at this and already being like, hang on a second, blue and yellow Whitebeard Pirates? That's a bit weird now, isn't it? And it is a bit weird, incidentally. Because obviously, when we look at Whitebeard Pirates, we've got a bunch in red. But in yellow Whitebeard Pirates, we've got the ace from starter deck 9. Like, that's it. That's the only Whitebeard Pirates we've got. And there's no blue, incidentally. There's no blue Whitebeard Pirates. Like, they just don't exist. So, at some point, that tells us we're going to be getting blue and yellow Whitebeard Pirates, more than just the ace from starter deck 9. And we kind of have to, or else this leader doesn't make sense. And we've seen this before, incidentally. A starter deck comes out and there's stuff in the starter deck which doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. And then we get another set or two and we look back and we're like, okay. Yeah, no, that's actually, that makes perfect sense. That's pretty cool. Now, there is one other thing I want to have a little bit of a chat about, and it's not something we can have a long chat about, or not something we need to have a long chat about, but something I do want to have a quick mention of anyway, and that's these promos from over in Japan. Because you see, of course, the Treasure Cruise promos, these aren't new. We've seen these are not a new thing, and the Treasure Cruise promos have actually made their way out in English as well. And the Luffy has made its way out in English as well as I'm calling it full art. Even though it's not really a full art, but that'll do for now, okay? I know that's not perfect, but it'll do for now, alright? The other three haven't. The Crocodile, Kid, and Kaido, The full art versions, the fancier versions, they've not yet received an English release. That's not a thing. Now, they're being given away by lottery over in Japan, so I'm not entirely sure how easy they are going to be to get hold of. And this is a kind of an interesting one, because we don't need these cards. Like, we have regular versions of the Kid, the Crocodile, and the Kaido. All they've really done is kind of take the border off and take the text bubble off, so to speak. But it's still the same artwork, it's still the same card. But obviously this is just way cooler versions of them. So, yeah. Didn't see this coming, honestly. Like, we saw the Treasure Cup promos over in Japan, and then they got a release over here, and then we had the winner version. I was like, oh, cool. But now we got essentially winner versions of the other three as well. Why? I don't really know. But this is one of those things I'm quite happy about. Don't know why we have them, but I'm kind of chuffed that we do. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these new leaders. Tell me your predictions. Tell me what you think about these Treasure Cruise cards. Tell me anything you want to know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.